Today is November 17th, 2019. We are Sinful Black Entertainment, and this is the Ovatyme Sports Show. What is good? What is good? What is really, really good? Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy James, a.k.a. Hollywood J. Black, live in the building once again. Live for another show. We are a little bit late with this one, but that's okay because it is NFL Sunday. So I was out of town for a couple days. Now I'm back. We're going to get this NFL show popping, but you know how we do it. I can't do this shit alone. I got my main man, Big M effing Sinners in the building. How you doing today, sir? How you doing?
I look like shit. I feel like shit, but I'm here. And Mason Rudolph started a fight he couldn't finish, and Myles Garret took the punishment.
Well, and it's a nice little segue because that's actually the first thing that we got to talk about before we get into the Week 11 NFL rundown. We have two things on deck, but we're going to talk about the biggest news, which is this fight that happened on Thursday Night Football. Myles Garret. And, all right, so to understand how this went, let me go grab this video real quick. We gotta let the video do the talking, and then we're gonna really get into this shit.
Well, you know you're gonna get copyright. You know you're gonna get copyrighted like you did with the last time you put some NFL shit on here.
No, because on YouTube we got a bunch of views. Not YouTube, on Facebook we got a bunch of views, and if Facebook ain't tripping, then you know I'm straight. You know how it goes. It's been 3 days, and we're the most talked about clip on the internet right now. So give me a second here. Go ahead and talk about what happened. Put the description out there.
In my honest opinion, this is partially Mike Tomlin's fault because with 14 seconds left, why are you still trying to throw the ball when you're down by 2 scores in Browns territory on 3rd down? Kill the fucking ball, get off the field, quit trying to be proud. Plain and simple.
No, exactly. No, you're
Mason Rudolph had the worst game of his career in this game. 4 picks, 6 sacks. He was not good.
And remember, I talked about this. I said that Vegas is usually right on the money when it comes to. Oh, is Lady Di here? Lady Di here? What's up, Lady Di? Yeah. So. You know, they're usually right on the money when it comes to how these games usually going to go. They were like a 3-point favorite or some shit like that. So let's bring up the play. I'm gonna pull it up right now. I got this thing right here for you. Bada boom, bada boom, bada boom, bada boom. We're gonna bring it up on the full screen for you. Are you ready for this? Is it up on it yet? Is it up? Let me get the sound going for you. I'm gonna play the sound. Ready? Let's play it real quick.
And now a sack. Yeah, he'd be the AFC Defensive Player of the Week. You're giving it to him right now. I am. Here's a flag as. Whoa! Hello! Whoa! Yeah, that's. Mason Rudolph got into it. To get out of there. What in the world?
I'll let the whole 2-minute clip play so you can see the slow motion.
Garret. They'll be swinging a helmet. Yeah, there'll be some ejections coming out of this. There may be suspensions. That's right, suspensions.
Let's get to the replay. Hopefully, they're going to replay what exactly happened.
Here it is.
Right there.
Well,
Mason Rudolph started that shit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey.
Myles Garret finished it.
Oh, my.
Bouncy bitch ass over there kicking him in the head and shit.
You know, Pouncey a gangster though. Niggas a blood. What do you expect?
I know they already said that. If we're going to get in a bar fight, Pouncey would be the first one there. He'd probably start it.
That's the best part about it. Let me my whole shit is like this, right? I agree with what I think mine and your general assessment when we saw this was that Mason Rudolph started, which I think still holds true, especially after watching the video again for like the 15th, 20th, 30th, 40th time, because I watch the video every time and somebody likes the video and likes the shit. So I agree 100% that Mason Rudolph started and Myles Garret finished it. You know
what else? Mason Rudolph got off like a privileged white guy. He didn't get he didn't get fined. He didn't get penalized. Nothing happened to Mason Rudolph. He got off scot-free.
Yeah, which is trash to me. Be dead honest. I wish there was a general assessment that I could bring about this. Pouncey, I don't think really should have been suspended himself. I know that
he got suspended for kicks to the head while he was on the ground.
Yeah, but I figured so it's one of those things that, Mason Rudolph started, Myles Garret finished it, but Marquise Pouncey is the type you need like 5 Marquise Pounceys on an offensive line. If 5 Marquise Pounceys were on every offensive line in the NFL, no quarterback would ever get sacked. You know what I'm saying? Or nobody would ever come at a quarterback like that. The whole thing to me is this. When you get to a certain point, Myles Garret should have had a cooler head. And I know that because knowing that his team was winning, if I was Myles Garret, I would have been laughing because we didn't kick y'all asses, you know what I'm saying, in my house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Mason Rudolph going to act like a bitch. I would have exposed them all over the internet. But once that thing happened and once he pulled off his helmet, everything after that went out. I would have accepted him pulling off the helmet, be like, no, nigga, this is how you pull off a motherfucking helmet. But as soon as he swung on that nigga, it was a wrap. You can't justify that at that point.
Then Umajungi came up and pushed Rudolph on the ground for no reason in the end zone.
Yeah.
And in the end, the Steelers franchise and the Browns franchise both got fined $250,000. Myles Garret suspended indefinitely.
Yep.
Jungie is suspended 1 game. Pouncey suspended 2. And I think the other offensive lineman got 1 game.
Yeah, which I think that Mason Rudolph should have been suspended at least a game or 2. You know what I'm saying?
We're fine.
We're fine. And that didn't happen. That in itself is a bunch of BS, to be dead honest. I honestly think that I don't think that Myles Garrett's done playing in the NFL because his talent exceeds what he did, but he's going to be gone.
There are people still playing in the NFL who beat women, who hit their kids, who do all this stupid shit. Myles Garret did this out of Mason Rudolph starting shit. Myles Garret has never had an issue until then. Myles Garret has been a good NFL player. As far as morality goes, he's never had a problem until right now. This was because of Mason Rudolph trying to start something that he knew he couldn't finish.
Yeah, no, that is 100% right. I just was like, I'm just shook at this whole thing, and I literally watched it so many times, and I said to myself, how do we come to this, and how does anybody get away with it? Not necessarily get away, but how do you come back from this? Because Goodell sitting there.
I can tell you exactly what this was, though.
What?
This was the Bengals saying, yes, I said the Bengals. Saying, our rivalry with the Steelers is the best. And the Cleveland Browns were like, no, hold my beer.
They're about to sell pay-per-view tickets, pay-per-view shit to the next Browns-Steelers game. I'll tell you that.
That's the thing. They got to play again in 2 weeks.
So most of the Steelers are going to be back. No Myles Garret. This is going to be fun.
We're going to have 2 angry football teams playing each other. And I'm going to predict right now Mason Rudolph is probably going to be in the game.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be bad. This is...
So while we're on the subject, we'll talk about the game. The Browns were headhunting. They injured Juju Smith-Schuster and Washington with head-to-head shots, concussed them both. The Browns did play this game kind of dirty.
Yeah, I'm not excusing the Browns in anything at all. Like this Thursday night game was probably, I mean, to me, one of the Thursday night games this year have been some of the most action-packed, drama-ridden games of the entire year, even better than the Monday night games, right?
I think they've been for playing on short rest. They're all pissed off and shit. They're like, fuck this, dude.
Yeah. See, I always thought that if somebody's either playing on a Thursday night, you have to make sure they don't play for the next, they have a bye week, or you give them the bye week prior, and that way it's not a short week. You know what I'm saying? Like I always thought that should be the thing, but I guess that's not how the NFL works. Apparently, I'm alone in that. I don't know. Maybe Roger Goodell's like,
and we actually both picked the Browns this week, but we're talking about Roger Goodell. And Roger Goodell yesterday, because Colin Kaepernick moved his yes, I'm going to bring him up before you can.
Ooh, look at that.
Colin Kaepernick moved his workout to a more public setting because the NFL restricted any cameras, restricted this, restricted that, restricted this and that. And then the NFL released a statement saying Colin Kaepernick refused to cooperate and all this other shit, but Colin Kaepernick did his workout the way he was going to do it. And like I said on Wednesday, all this was a ploy for the NFL to try to get back in the good graces of certain athletes and certain classes of society to where, oh yes, we're willing, we have open arms, we're going to let this man back in because the two people who ever kneeled for their beliefs were both exiled from the NFL, and it's Colin Kaepernick and Tim Tebow. We're going to allow Colin Kaepernick this, but on our terms. Kaepernick said, no, I'm going to do it on my terms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, to the NFL, it was going to be a win-win for their core fan, for who they were trying to advertise to, which was their core fan base, right? To them, the NFL was saying, well, if he shows up, then we gave him an opportunity. And if he didn't show up, we gave him an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? But what they didn't realize is that Colin Kaepernick was smart enough, and his camp was smart enough to probably book something well in advance. I think that they knew that if something went completely wrong, that something was going to happen. They know not to trust the NFL. They went to look. Colin Kaepernick, when he did the lawsuit, okay, when they did the discovery, a federal judge determined that there was enough evidence that was brought up to sue the NFL, to successfully sue the NFL. So they know. So Colin Kaepernick knows not to trust the NFL at all because they have the evidence that proves that they cannot be trusted. Period. Point blank. So with this process, they already knew fucking with the NFL was going to lead to the same shit. They knew that the NFL was going to do a PR stunt. They knew that this was NFL BS. The fact of the matter that Hugh fucking Jackson, who said, "Oh, Hugh Jackson is going to be the coach in the workout." Hugh Jackson said, "I am? Really? Who fucking told me?" You know what I'm saying? Oh, by the way, Hugh, after they arranged the workout a day prior, oh, by the way, Hugh, yeah, you got to show up.
And I told you it was fucked from the beginning because they never do this shit on Saturdays.
Nope. And Colin Kaepernick, can we do it on a Tuesday when other teams can show? No.
When they usually do this shit.
Yeah. Can we do it next Saturday in Atlanta when a bunch of NFL scouts are going to be in Georgia for the Georgia game? No. Yeah. Now, can we do it? Can we do it when the SEC championship is in 2 weeks? No. Can we do it when Atlanta actually has a home game and there's some scouts going to be there? No. So what are we supposed to do? Can I have the media at least there? No. ESPN.
That's
no.
what I think right there is where the NFL fucked up.
Yep.
Because the NFL is so media friendly most of the time. How are they going to let their biggest story at this time, besides what happened on Thursday night, the biggest story is something that they advertise? Mm-hmm. You're going to ban the media from? Why?
They have big contracts with Fox and Disney, which is ABC. Well, ABC, well, you know what I mean.
Fox, ABC, yeah,
ESPN. They have contracts with It would have been nothing for ESPN to pull up. They were waiting. You know what I'm saying?
I want a motherfucking Disney Plus special, the Colin Kaepernick workout. That's what I want on Disney Plus right now.
Exactly. Thank you.
I watch the Mandalorian and the Colin Kaepernick workout. I don't even like Colin Kaepernick, but I know the NFL is fucking him. They're trying to.
Yeah. This would have been nothing. When you have partners that when the NFL says jump, they say how high. Okay, like this would have been nothing. The NFL would have not needed to bring any camera crews because everybody and their mama would have brought camera crews, and it would have been legit. No, we don't want to do that. Come on,
we don't want any media there. Since when does the NFL not want media there?
Exactly. Thank you. Thank boy, because they were happy as shit when they found footage of the goddamn fight so Roger Goodell could add up the fines properly. Don't tell me that the NFL doesn't want media there, okay?
Exactly. So
all right.
Speaking of that, from what I understand, what Adam Schefter posted, Colin Kaepernick still has elite arm strength.
Yes.
He looked like he bulked up some because he was looking real thin there for a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
Looked like he got his muscle back, and the rumor is he should be signed somewhere within 3 weeks.
That's the thing, and I wonder, like I said, a team like Pittsburgh, especially with what happened, will probably take a flyer.
New England could possibly.
Yeah, New England, even Bill Belichick, they said if he had time, if he was notified in advance, he probably would have sent somebody. But he's focused on Philadelphia. He's not trying to go.
They did send. Josh McDaniels did end up sending a scout. The Patriots were in attendance.
Yeah, but there was a bunch of people that came to that workout where he reheld the workout that we don't know, like we don't know who they were, where they were, but we know that they're representatives of the team. So we'll never know that, but we know that the word is out, the video is out there, the workout's there. He knows
the only team that flat out turned down going were the Panthers and the Cowboys.
Yep. Which the Panthers already had a game that they were doing. Cowboys, you know how Jerry Jones is. I was surprised at Jerry Jones. I was hoping he would go like, I'm gonna make this boy kneel. You know,
like I already told you a couple weeks ago, like Jerry Jones, he's just waiting for his grandson to finish his 3 years in college, and he's gonna draft him, and Dak Prescott's out of the job.
There you go. That works out for me then. So. Colin Kaepernick's situation done. Big Sid led the way in this one. Oh my fucking God, he did it. He fucking did it. Oh,
you know me, man. I call spade a spade when I see one. It's just, it is what it is.
I appreciate it, sir. So we got the NFL, we got the Week 11 rundown, and we're gonna close the show with the 5-5. But let's get right into the Week 11 rundown. Let's talk about what's popping this weekend, sir.
All right, here we go. So this week's game started off kind of shitty. We got the Jets at the Redskins.
Oh, Jesus. Isn't this Hoskins' first game?
No, remember he started last week.
Oh, he did it. Oh, man.
2 weeks ago. Then he started last week again. So this will be a third straight start.
I barely paid attention to the Redskins. Once they gave up on Jay Gruden, once the Redskins gave up on the Redskins, you know, I just kind of was like, fuck, man. I don't even know who's coaching them right now. Like, I don't even like
whoever the offensive coordinator was when Jay Gruden was there.
We don't. It's great. It's Gray Juden. That's who it is. It's just Gray Juden, the coach, the interim coach.
And I talked about this last week. The Redskins are the worst owned team in the NFL, and that's fair to say when you have Jerry Jones out there.
They're the worst team. They have the worst medical staff.
I said, Trent Williams has cancer in his head. He could not. The helmet was pushing on it, and he was not comfortable. And yet you suspend this man without pay because he has cancer in his head.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. And think about this. Last year, all of their offensive linemen died all at once. Remember?
And Alex Smith died. Yes.
Yeah. Subsequently, Alex Smith died. This is a poorly ran organization. With a poor owner. I don't even blame Jay Gruden at this point. This isn't Jay Gruden's fault at all. Like, this is literally horrible. Jay Gruden can be a coach anywhere. And it's funny because he probably will be and be more successful because every coach that has been on the Redskins and left has been more successful after leaving the Redskins. So even Joe Gibbs.
You saw that picture I posted the other day, didn't you?
Yep. Even Joe Gibbs was a
let me put this out there real quick. Hold on. I posted this the other day because it was funny about the Washington Redskins. So here we go.
Oh, real quick, what's good, Mr. Larry? How you doing, sir? How you doing? Well, go ahead, sir.
So the NFC leaders, Niners 8-1. Coach used to work for Washington. Seahawks 8-2. GM used to work for Washington. Packers 8-2. Coach used to work for Washington. Vikings 7-3. Quarterback used to play for Washington. Rams 5-4. Coach used to work for Washington. Redskins 1-8.
Here, you know something that I found out? I know this is kind of really, really off topic. I was going to wait till we talk about the Chiefs. Something I saw, since we're talking about ex-coaches, like ex-people on a team being more successful on a new team than they were on the old team. Do you know that the Kansas City Chiefs have employed more 49ers QBs than any other team has employed anybody else's QBs in the NFL? Like by a mile? By a mile, and they've been more successful or put up better numbers on that team. So the reason why I say this is because once you get out of it's not a bad situation, but once you get out of a certain situation, whether the situation was good or whether it was bad, somebody can see that and be like, you know what? This person was not that bad. This team was just shitty. Let me hire this man and see what he can do for my organization. Well, what do you fucking know? Seattle wins a fucking Super Bowl. The goddamn Niners are 8-1. I mean, what a fucking time to be alive.
Bill Callahan is the coach of the Redskins.
Bill Callahan. So wait a minute. Hold on. Time out. So you're telling me the guy that John Gruden owned in the Super Bowl, when he was the coach of the Redskins, when Callahan was the coach of the Raiders, that Bill Callahan
who went on to Nebraska and took them and tanked Nebraska from a winning college football team to a losing college football team. Yes, he is the coach. He went from a Cornhusker to an Indian.
What the fuck? Yo, so real shit. No wonder they were bad. It's kind of like how I blame Ryan Lindley for why the Browns are bad. It's Bill Callahan, because after that 1 year that was an anomaly, the entire NFL had the Oakland Raiders playbook up until he got fired. He was still using John Gruden's playbook with John Gruden's signal calls. In fact, Bill Callahan is accused of not actually wanting to be the coach of the Raiders. He wanted to go where John Gruden was. They wouldn't let him. That shit was fucked up. There's a whole story about that shit. You got to check that out.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But anyway,
and then we have a New York but they're still not a good fucking football team.
No. And this is even worse. So I don't even know who to choose at this point. I'm like, do I choose the Redskins or do I choose the fucking Jets? I think the Jets are at home, aren't they?
No, the Redskins are at home.
Oh God, that makes it even worse.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to pick the Redskins in this game, just because I think their defense can disrupt the quarterback for the Jets.
That's praying that nobody gets injured. I'm going to take the Jets because at the end of the day, I always say, got to go with the team that has the best quarterback. I think right now at this stage, I'll take the veteran. Yes, because he's a veteran. 2 years in.
I wish I could make my eye do that weird shit we did that you were talking about when you just said that.
So for those that missed this, when I told Big Sin that we were going to talk about the Colin Kaepernick workout, one eye said, really? And the other side, oh, come on, what the fuck? And all at the same time, so it was like, yeah, like the shit, I don't even, I can't even describe the shit. But it was like, that was the most epic thing in the history of ever. Yeah, I got to go with the Jets in this one. I hate going with the Jets. But I think that the Jets are a better football team than the Washington Redskins, especially since Bill Callahan is coaching. Even though Adam Gase is a trash ass coach, but still, yeah. I mean, Bill Callahan's probably still using the playbook from the Raiders back from the early 2000s. So, yeah, I'm going with the Redskins. I mean the Jets. 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 Yes.
TRASH, trash. Next up, we have an NFC South battle where the Saints, who didn't lose a game with Teddy Bridgewater, lost to the Atlanta Falcons, got dominated by the Falcons. Once again, they lost to the Falcons last week, playing James's Achilles heel, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Every time I vote on these goddamn Bucks, let me tell you. I went against them last week. I picked the Cardinals. The goddamn Bucks came in and says, "Fuck you, buddy. We want to win."
You got the Buccaneers. I got the Titans. This is one of those fucking things that's like, fuck you.
And the crazy part about the Bucks actually play at home for the majority of the rest of their games. They're only on the road one more game, and then they're at home for the rest of the fucking year. This is the home game for them. I think they have a road game in a week or two, and then they're back at home again.
And just so you know, before you make your pick, they have the New Orleans Saints -5 right now.
I mean, I think the Bucks will cover their spread, but I think the Saints are going to win. I mean, my whole thing is like this. The Saints are angry now, and they're going to take it out on somebody.
And that's why I'm picking the Saints, because I don't think Drew Brees is going to let what happened last week happen again.
Although I guarantee I think there'll be a Shaq Barrett sighting. I think he'll finally try to kill a man today. He's been absent for the past few weeks or so, but I think he's going to be back in full force today.
You got the
Saints? So what's next? Yeah, I got the Saints, sir.
Next up, we have Denver Broncos at the Minnesota Vikings.
This is probably
this is not going to be a good game.
Yeah, some guy named Brandon Allen, who I still trying to find stats on. I can't in order to make a general assessment. The only stat that I have is when he got murdered 2 weeks ago and seemingly is playing. So I am picking the Vikings.
And hold on. Let's not forget here. Kirk Cousins finally beat a team over 500 last week.
Yeah, right. You like that, huh? You like that?
And what's funny is the last time he beat a team over 500 is when he said that quote.
So here you go. Here's the messed up part about it. So what happens if the Cowboys don't make the playoffs and they end up 7-9? Do we still call them a team over 500? Will that streak continue?
No.
No. Okay. We got. It's revoked. Revoke that shit.
Yeah. But as of right now, last week, he beat a team that was over 500.
All right. So this is easy. Vikings. We don't really have to elaborate.
Cook is going to get the fuck off in this game. Yes, this is going to be a Minnesota Vikings win. And they're favored by 10, too, so it should be a big one.
Oh, 38-10. That's my score. That's my prediction.
Next up, we have a game with a team that's won 2 in a row. And it's not the Buffalo Bills. We got the Buffalo Bills at the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, man. The Miami Dolphins are on a 2-0 winning streak. They are rolling. They are ready to rock and roll. They are feeling like a great team.
And Ryan Fitzpatrick used to play for the Bills and is actually 3-0 against them since leaving.
Oh, jeez.
Remember, he beat them twice last year with the game.
Yes, he did. I know. Man. The Buffalo Bills they're still what? They're like 5-3 now? Or 5-4?
They've lost 2 in a row.
2 in a row. So they're 7-3 or some shit like that, or 6-3 or whatever the fuck. I think 6-3. Damn Buffalo Bills. I don't know what to think about the Buffalo Bills. because their team runs on if Josh Allen is running for his life or not, right? If Josh Allen is running for his life, that team is a better team. But they're going to make Josh Allen.
Ain't that horrible to say when your quarterback is running for their life, you're better?
Yeah. But I think that the Miami Dolphins can't get pressure on anybody. They just seemingly win by luck and Fitzpatrick and Fitzmagic. So I hate to do this. I'm actually picking the Miami Dolphins to beat the Buffalo Bills. Actually, wait a minute. Hold on, wait, time out. Is it in Buffalo or Miami?
It's in Miami.
Okay, yeah, I'm picking the Miami Dolphins to actually win this game. Because if it was in Buffalo, I'd be like, nope, sorry, not happening. It's cold as fuck up there. What?
You know what's funny? What? I already had my initial nets to the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, fucking Miami.
This season has just been so fucking weird that we are picking a team that was at one point in time 0-8.
Yeah, we were ready to crown their ass the 0-16 champions. All right,
but I guess they're not who we thought they were.
No, they are not. But you know who I think the next team that you're about to talk about is who we think they are.
Well, next up we're going to talk about Jacksonville Jaguars at the Jacoby Brissett returning Indianapolis Colts.
Thank fucking God, because man, listen.
Brian Hoyer fucking shit the bed the last 2 games.
Oh my God. So remember how we always say that if you run an offense behind a running and scrambling quarterback, then maybe, just maybe, as a backup, that you should probably have a running, scrambling quarterback. Well, Brissett is a pocket passer who has legs. So if shit hits the fan, he can run for the 5 or 6 yards that he needs to get. Brian Hoyer cannot.
The other thing about this game, this is also Nick Foles' return to Jacksonville.
And that's the other side of this game. Minshew Mania is on hold because Nick Foles is back.
Minshew Mania took a nosedive off a one-way street in a cliff over the last 3 weeks.
Yeah. So, like, what the fuck? But it's not his fault per se. I think a couple of receivers got hurt, and Dede Westbrook got hurt, which really kind of just slowed down everything. But Fournette has been balls to the wall these last few weeks, even in these losses. So the Colts win games that they're both supposed to win and not supposed to win. And sometimes, like, they would have been fine had Brian Hoyer not played. If Brissett had been playing, we know they should have beat the Steelers. We know they would have beat the Dolphins last week with Brissett in there. I honestly think that the Colts get back on track because they got to catch up to everybody else now. And they have the better shot to hit in the playoffs in Jacksonville. I think it's going to take a little bit for Foles to get his feet under him because he barely got his feet under him the first game.
No, they all last week. So this is his first game.
Well, I mean the first game that he played before he broke his damn jaw.
Oh, you're talking about when he was actually dominating the Chiefs and then he broke his collarbone?
Yeah. So it's going to take him a little bit to get back up. So I think that Foles plays well, but I think Brissett plays better, and the Colts take the W in this one.
Yeah, the Colts don't want to give any more ground to Houston because Houston is right on their heels.
Yep.
Since the whole fucking Jacoby went down. Yep. And Jacoby Brissett, I'm going to say this right now, he will be a franchise quarterback. Fantastic leader. Or we loved him in New England when he was there for a year and a half. Jacoby's legit. He is the feature of the Colts franchise.
I want to talk when we get to the New England game. Let me know because I need to shout out some praise to somebody, especially because of Jacoby Brissett. But I got the Colts in this one.
I got the Colts in this game. Also, next up we have the team that lost to Kirk Cousins last week. We have the Dallas Cowboys at the Detroit Lions. You have to pick the Lions.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, Matt Stafford is with his broken rib, unfortunately. Back rib. I think it's his back rib, right? I think it's not a front rib; it's a back rib. Some shit like that.
Is he playing today?
No, I think he's out for 2-3 weeks. I'm pretty sure he broke a back rib. We cracked the back rib 2 weeks ago, which is why he didn't play last week. Which is why I told you to switch to. I switched my pick to the Bears. I mean last week. So I think he's out for another week or two. It's not like his backup played poorly. The fact is that they didn't know that he was playing up until the day before the game. So that didn't give his backup time to prepare. This is a little bit different scenario. I mean, I have to pick the Lions because of it, but I don't feel no shame in doing it. Although I think that Dak Prescott's learned his lesson, but do not be shocked that if something bad happens and the Cowboys lose this game. It is Cowboys versus Lions, and every time they play each other, it's a goddamn dogfight because they're literally north and south of each other, and it's always a dogfight every time they play. Everybody wants to talk about rivalries. These two teams have played each other around Thanksgiving every single year, whether it's been on Thanksgiving or 2 weeks, a week before or a week after. This is a rivalry, okay? Fuck the dumb shit. This is the rivalry of blue and silver. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if the Lions won, but I know I have to pick the Lions. But, this is going to be a hell of a game.
Yeah. I got to hedge my bets here because of how bad we did last week.
Yes, I know you got to hedge it. I ain't got a choice. You know me, I ain't got a dog in the fight, no way.
I'm going to end up going with the Cowboys here. I know there's a risk that they lose this game because it's a Cowboys thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, next up we have the on fire, the hottest team in the NFL, the Atlanta Falcons, at the Carolina Panthers.
Oh,
how'd you like my Vince McMahon?
That was hot. That was a little bit of a Vince McMahon, a little bit of Chris Berman. I'm telling you, one day we got to find a way when we get rich. We're going to do our own NFL primetime show. I'm going to fly into Vegas, and you're going to fly into Orlando, and we're going to film the show right live on the goddamn internet. This shit's going to be fucking lit, I promise you. The Falcons, this was an anomaly. The fact that they only put up 26 points. Yeah, I said it. Only 26 points. When you have Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley as your receivers, and Matty Ice as your quarterback should simply mean that you should be putting up 40 a game, but your lack of defense means you should be getting scored on by 50. But that's neither here nor there, okay? They're playing
the defense showed up once this year, and that was last week.
Yeah, and they're not going to show up again because Christian McCaffrey's in the building. Nobody can stop Christian McCaffrey, not even Christian McCaffrey. Even the game that they lost, was it last week? Christian McCaffrey still went the fuck off. Nobody stops Christian McCaffrey. He is the offense. Everybody wants to talk about, how Kyle Allen is so great. No, he's great because Christian McCaffrey is getting the ball from Kyle Allen, which is something that Cam Newton wasn't doing when he was the quarterback. He would change the play. Fuck you, Christian McCaffrey.
I don't want to get the ball. I'm the playmaker. I'm the playmaker. Not him. I'm the playmaker. I'm the guy. I wear high heels. I wear dresses. I wear Media's hats. I'm the playmaker.
What about me? What about Newton? Okay.
What about Cam?
And Sir Cam, that is why you're going to be on the Bears next year. Anyways, if you want to say that you're the man,
that's why I'm taking the Panthers today.
Exactly. Me too. Me fucking too. Speaking of, I always said that the Bears are the perfect spot for Cam Newton. You know why? Because that's the only person that's going to be in fucking Chicago next year that's even going to be worth a damn. Because right now they're blaming Trubisky. What about the rest of the fucking offense, huh? Where's everybody else at?
Hurt?
Yeah. Hurt, IR, in pain. They're concussed, all that shit, stretchered. Mr. Trubisky's like, we shouldn't even won last week.
So next up we have, might be the game of the week. We have the Houston Texans and Deshaun Watson at the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson. A rematch of a college football playoff between these two quarterbacks a couple years ago.
Oh yeah. Remember when
Deshaun Watson owned Louisville?
Yeah. Remember when Louisville was good? Pepper's Farm remembers. God damn, there.
But now we are seeing two quarterbacks who look like the future of the NFL.
Yep.
Here, the Ravens are a better team than the Texans right now due to the Texans' injuries on defense. Yeah. Lamar Jackson is going to have a big fucking game.
Well, the thing is with Lamar Jackson is he seemingly can't be stopped, right? But everybody wants to talk about Russell Wilson Houdini magic, but we don't talk about how Deshaun Watson can pull off the same shit. And still,
don't you dare go there. I say that shit each and every week. I praise that man.
I know you do. I'm talking about the people that get paid millions of dollars to do the shit that we're doing for free. Okay,
the people who actually get listened to. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. Even though we beat the experts last year, that's neither here nor fucking there. Fuck them. Anyways, so Deshaun Watson has put up stellar numbers in spite of the fact that DeAndre Hopkins has not performed 100% and still having
people triple teaming him.
Well, I know, but even Kenny Stills is not doing what he's supposed to do. Their third man receiver, their slot receiver, is getting numbers. That's who's been bailing out. Yeah, Will Fuller's been bailing him out. Their tight end has been bailing him out because somehow you can triple cover two receivers and not have anybody cover Will Fuller or your goddamn tight end. I don't fucking know how this shit works. Who's running these damn defenses? Buddy Ryan? What the fuck?
Philip Lindley.
God damn it, Ryan Lindley. He's doing double duty. Motherfucker, he's fucking up.
The dude is so horrible, I can't remember his name.
Ryan Lindley has two worst of the NFL videos dedicated to him. Two. And they've all gotten 10 million views on goddamn YouTube. All you gotta do is look up Ryan Lindley worst stuff.
Oh, so we have here with this has the ability to be a very entertaining game. I'm watching it just because of the quarterbacks.
Me too. We have three really good games coming on. Like these are three really good games. This is one of them for sure. Probably like I said, game of the week material.
I think it's the next. I think it's the thing we're getting ready to talk about. This one, next one, the one after that. You think of.
Yep. And I think to myself that this might be. I think I'm gonna go out on a limb on this one. I'm gonna pick the Houston Texans.
I am not going to go out on a limb on this one.
I know you're not.
I'm going to go with what's been working, even though I would like them to drop another game just in case New England loses again. But I have to go with the Ravens this week. It just seemed to be Lamar Jackson has found that swag that he once upon a time had at Louisville before he got injured.
Yep.
And he's also, what he did not do in Louisville was throw the ball. He had a perfect quarterback rating 2 of the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, he did. So do you know that last year in Week 11 was the Rams versus Chiefs game? Do you know about that?
Yeah,
that was
100-point game, yeah.
You know, the game that they talked about was the future of the NFL, okay? The future of the NFL. Nope. And so now, ladies and gentlemen, the real future of the NFL is, I think, this game that's happening right now. This is the future of the NFL. Why? Because, put it this way, and I hate to bring his name up again, but
you already said his fucking name, goddammit.
Well, you started it. You started it. Okay? So the fact that teams are willing to look at Colin Kaepernick tells you the impact that Lamar Jackson, the impact that Deshaun Watson, the impact that even guys like Russell Wilson, and even to a point Josh fucking Allen, who when he runs for his life is the best quarterback in the NFL. That's right, I said it. Only when he's running for his life, okay? Which is why they make sure they make him pass. They don't blitz him. Beat us with your arm, Josh. Beat us with your arm. And that doesn't happen. Anyways, But that's the point I'm trying to say. These running quarterbacks are the future of the NFL. The scrambling quarterbacks, athletic quarterbacks. You've seen it. It's on display. This is the future of the NFL, not scoring, 50-some points and no defense bullshit. Sorry, Roger. That shit wasn't going to pop off. This is the future.
Right, so next, hey, check your mic.
Oh, hey. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. We heard everything. It was just a little faded, but we did catch everything. So.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep. So next up, we have a game I know that you're very interested in because you guys finally beat the team you're playing for the first time, 2014, a few weeks ago, the Arizona Cardinals at the San Francisco 49ers.
And now we got to beat them again. So I know I didn't really go into depth with this game on last Thursday, on Wednesday when we did the show. We were outmatched completely on the defensive side, like on the offensive side of the ball, on the line, I should say. Joe Staley really gave up the ghost against Jadeveon Clowney. Now, the only blessing.
That's
yeah, well, my whole thing is I would have eased Joe Staley back into the lineup on certain snaps. I know he's all pro. I know that he is the man. However, throwing him to the Wolves like that didn't do anybody any favors. This game would have been the perfect game to bring back Joe Staley in because now they don't have nobody that's on that side that's going to be able to rush Jimmy Garoppolo. The problem now becomes have we found the antidote for Kyler Murray? We shut him down in the second half of the game 2 weeks ago. I don't know. On Halloween, I don't know if we've learned anything from that. That's going to be a tough one. I give all the respect to Cliff Kingsbury for finally making something, and we got to actually see Kenyon Drake in action and know how fast he is.
Fitzgerald on Halloween, the 49ers almost lost that game because Kyler Murray did bring the Cardinals back.
Yeah, and Kenyon Drake performed admirably. Fitzgerald, we saw some Fitzgerald magic. But that's when Jimmy Garoppolo took the game into his hands again and showed why he's a great quarterback. Why we got him from New England? Why we traded a second round pick? I think
the question is Emmanuel Sanders playing today?
I don't know. I know Kittle's still out. I know Kittle's still out for this game. Well, actually, it's still a question mark. When I checked yesterday, I believe that Kittle. Let me check on
George Kittle's listed as doubtful today. Emmanuel Sanders plans to play.
Okay, so then we should be fine. He's listed. He's ready to go. I think we'll be back to normal. I think they'll probably ease back on how many plays he plays, but I think that he'll be ready to go. Emmanuel Sanders gives us probably a really, really good chance to win. I will take the 49ers in this game. I'm going to have to anyway because that's my squad, but I will take the 49ers in this game all day.
All right. So I think the Cardinals defense is going to hamper them in this game. The Cardinals offense is going to put up some numbers, but not enough to beat the 49ers this week with the 49ers defense. They got a little embarrassed last week from the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah. Yes,
they're going to come in with a severe chip on their shoulder. They're at home, and they're going to take it out on Midget Man, Kyler Murray.
Midget Man. Midget Man. Mm-hmm.
I'm going with the 49ers also. So next up, you said you wanted to say a couple things before we talk about this game.
Yes. So Bill Belichick as a whole, okay? I want to talk about how adaptable he's made. Well, Josh McDaniels as well. How adaptable that he's made offensive coordinating become. Because remember how when both Brady was out for 4 games for the suspension, and then after the second game, Jimmy Garoppolo was injured. He was out for 2 games. So they had to bring in Jacoby Brissett. he completely changed his offense from the standard passing offense that he's known for to the same offense that they're running in Baltimore. Okay, like he literally just switched it out. Like he's had this playbook. Like he pulled his shit like.
Don't forget, he did that in 3 days because they played Sunday night, then they went to a Thursday night game.
Yeah, exactly. It's time. And he did it for 2 weeks and it fucking works. Okay. I have to shout out Josh McDaniels for bringing quality play calling and demonstrating the quality talent that they had and was able to capitalize on in trades and free agency, and showing them that, you know, we can make players do what we want them to do and put in the right positions. So shout out to them. I really wanted to shout that out because when you made me think of Jacoby Brissett and the running quarterback, it made me realize that Josh McDaniels has been switching up offenses based on his quarterback forever. I mean, you know, I mean, for real. I mean, he created a deep ball offense simply for Randy Moss. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like we got to think about that shit. So, I mean, he has 3 slot receivers. He has slot receiver plays that everybody's going up the fucking middle. There, what the fuck? Linebackers running into each other trying to cover Julian Edelman and shit. And you know what I'm saying? Like, when he had Hogan and Edelman and shit, like, and Gronk, everybody's in the fucking middle. Oh, well, here we go. Josh Gordon streaking up the sideline with a jump ball. Here we go. So, like, I just wanted to shout that out real quick. But yes, I know what we're about to talk about. New England and Philadelphia.
Yes, that's the game we're talking about. And before we get into who we're picking here, there's a few things that need to be said. The Patriots, Patrick Chung and Damian Harris are out.
Okay.
For the Eagles, Jordan Howard is out. They signed Jay Ajayi yesterday, and he will be starting today at the Eagles running back.
That's going to be a rough one, especially. I mean, yes, it's the same offense, but yes, it's fresh legs, no season grind legs. But I wouldn't want to be coming in with a backup anything going against Bill Belichick.
A pissed off Patriots team because of what Baltimore did to them.
Oh yeah, I think they're going to They're going to make an example out of Philadelphia today. It's going to be real ugly. It's going to be real bad, especially every time that he gets a chance to play Philadelphia. He's angry about that Super Bowl loss.
And Tom Brady, you rarely hear him talk about the past games.
Ever.
But all week this week when they were questioning, Tom Brady says, I'm still in a bad mood because they beat us in the 2.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, very rarely, you know, it's always Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. It's on to the next game. We're focused on today. We're focused on Sunday. But that anger still looms. I mean, Tom Brady would have had a 3-peat. He would have been the first quarterback ever with a 3-peat had it not been for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Which he's trying for it again this year.
Yeah, which he is. Didn't I tell you 2 years ago? I said that I don't think he's going to leave until he gets his 3-peat. I think that's what he wants. I said that's the only thing that could be motivating him, because at that point he'll have all the records and there's nothing left to accomplish. He can leave the game as the goal with a 3-peat, because that's something Montana doesn't have. And hell, that's something Terry Bradshaw doesn't even fucking have, and he didn't even fucking earn it even if he wanted it to. Okay,
Terry Bradshaw, that was all the steel curtain. That's all that shit was.
The only person in the NFL, only team in the NFL that has a 3-peat is the Buffalo Bills, and that's because they 3-peat lost or 4-peat lost, guaranteed 4-peat loss. That's it. That's the only team that you can guarantee. It was like, you know what? They were there 3 times in a row, and they lost 3 times in a row, and they achieved what they were supposed to.
And the Patriots looking at going to 5 Super Bowls in a row.
Yeah, exactly. So, what the fuck? And that's why I said, like, this is. That's the only thing left for Tom Brady. Get that 3-peat because he can do something that Montana hasn't done.
So, Mohamed Sanu looked really good against Baltimore.
Okay.
He's now been in this offense for a month and coming off the bye week, where he got very integrated into the offense. Julian Edelman finally got time for his bruised ribs to heal.
Yep.
Defense is pissed off.
Oh yeah.
because they did not have a good game against Baltimore.
Oh yeah, no. But Carson Wentz is not Lamar Jackson. This is going to be fun.
The Patriots are usually very good off the bye, so I got the Patriots in this game over the Eagles.
I got the Patriots too. And when it comes to fun, I'm talking about the SpongeBob for fun. When F is for friends that do stuff together, U is for you and me. N is for anywhere, anytime and out, all down here in the deep blue sea. And since it's blue, I'm going with Patriots all day long. So,
hold on. You know what is the funniest part about that?
What?
Me and Amy were talking about that song last night. Because I was looking on GameStop's app about games coming out soon.
Yep.
And they have the Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated coming out next year. Yeah, you know the Battle for Bikini Bottom game?
No.
Yeah, it came out on the PS3, the Xbox 360, the SpongeBob action game.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that one where they're rehydrating it for the PS4 and
the Xbox. Rehydrating it. Oh wow.
Yes, that's what it's called. Rehydrating it.
That was one of my son's favorite games, man. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, and I was looking at it. There's actually an edition of the game that is $299. Oh, the FUN edition. So that made me. I was like, oh, they don't have anything in the description of what it actually looks in it.
Okay.
So then I looked it up and I brought up that very song you just sang. And the Patriots version is Plankton's verse. F is for the fire that burns down the whole town. U is for the uranium bombs. N is for no survivors.
And that's exactly what's going to happen this Sunday. No survivors, especially since I think the coach almost guaranteed victory again this time in Philadelphia.
You all know what happens when Philadelphia tries to guarantee something.
Yikes.
So the next game has to do with, I seen the damnedest thing driving around town yesterday.
What?
From me and Toby working on the cars. We're coming back from Harbor Freight, and Toby's like, damn, man, look at that trash truck. I look up. It's one of those video trucks. It was advertising the Bengals at the Raiders being the game of the week.
What? The Bengals and the Raiders are the game of the week.
According to Vegas. How is an 0-19 any game of the week?
When is the last time the Bengals have won a game?
Was it week 6 last year?
I want to see this.
Well, I'll pull it up. Talk about the game.
There's really nothing to talk about this game because Derek Carr is about to come into this game and break a bunch of records that we didn't even know that needed to be broken. So the last Bengals victory. Oh my God. When was the last Bengals victory? Holy shit. They didn't even win in the preseason. Oh, no, what they did. No, they won in the first preseason game, the second preseason game. But before that, regular season win? Yikes. I have no fucking idea.
Week 13 last year. They were 6-10 last year. Week 13.
Oh boy. So would you like to know something about the Bengals?
Sure.
So somebody made a bet that said that until the Bengals win, he's going to live on the roof of his house.
I'm sorry, sir. We'll see you next year when you finally get to come down, maybe.
I told you, when Hugh Jackson showed, maybe that's the reason why Colin Kaepernick didn't want to do the workout with Hugh Jackson. Because every time Hugh Jackson shows up somewhere, the goddamn team never wins the game again. Remember? He showed up last year in Cincinnati. That's probably why they fired Marvin Lewis. They would have probably kept Marvin Lewis there had Hugh Jackson not showed up the goddamn Cincinnati. Okay? Every time Hugh Jackson shows up somewhere, your team never wins a game for 2 years.
I am picking the Raiders in this game. I think I heard Jay's make a case for picking the Bengals. I don't know.
No, never. The only case
I spaced out that photo a while.
The only case I would even make is that if you don't want a poor man living on the roof of his house until the Bengals win, you root for the Bengals. But I'm the type of man that loves our anarchy and chaos. So I want the fucking Raiders to not only win, but make sure that enough people get injured to where the Bengals don't win another game this season. Damn, I'm a savage, aren't I?
Well, not only that poor guy living on his roof, don't forget about the guy at the beginning of the season who got a Cleveland Browns Super Bowl champions tattoo for this year.
The sad part about shit. What you call Baker Mayfield said we can still go undefeated for the rest of the season.
No, here's the funny part. Here's the funny part. The press conference before the Pittsburgh game, Myles Garrett's like, "Yeah, I think we can win the rest of these games this year." Funk.
Here was the best part because I commented on this one. It was reported that that Myles Garrett is suspended indefinitely for the regular season, including playoffs. And so the first thing I said was playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs. Which I think that's gonna be the thumbnail. Playoffs.
Next up, we have and our demons will be hanging out with him. Anyway, next up we have. Next up, we have the Sunday night game, a rematch of a playoff game last year. The Chicago Bears at the LA Rams.
The Bears coming off a win. They're probably the happiest pig and shit.
The Bears coming off a win, which is probably the last win of the season.
Yep. I'm glad to see that we're on the same page here. Because the Rams need this win a lot more than the Bears do. The Bears have not dispelled any rumors of Trubisky not being there next season. So effectively, Trubisky is not going to be there next season, which means that they've already given up on this season, which means that the Rams are going to win by 40. Anyway.
I got the Rams in this game. It's not going to be close. It could be close. But the way last week went, who knows? The Bears might pull this shit off. Last week was a fuck up. Okay?
Yeah. Yes, it was. Oh, my fucking Lord.
You know what I'm very happy about this week?
What?
That the Tennessee Titans are not on the schedule.
Oh, thank God. Oh, fucking shit.
So next up, we have the last game of the week is playing in good old Mexico. We have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Los Angeles Chargers, where the Mexican fans might actually be Chargers fans because they don't have any in LA.
Oh, man. Well, wasn't this game? I remember this was supposed to be played last year in Mexico, and the shit got all fucked up.
Yes, the earthquake that almost sank the stadium. Yes.
Yeah. We're gonna have a championship soccer game right before the NFL, right before the football game is supposed to be there, ladies and gentlemen. That's the smart thing.
Then we're gonna have an earthquake.
And then we're gonna have an earthquake. But I'm worried because you have the Mexican cartels dragging the mayor through the street of a fucking town in Mexico. I'd be never playing a fucking game in Mexico for as long as I live. How do you drag the mayor?
Hold on. We're talking about an industry where the WWE performed in a stadium where an American reporter got his head beheaded 2 weeks before they had a pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia.
You're like, no, the mayor getting drugged through the street because he didn't fulfill his campaign promises? No, that's no big deal. No fucking big deal at all.
You shouldn't have been. You know what? The Mexicans were probably dragging and going, "Why are you lying?"
Well, since this game's on the road, I'm gonna take Kansas City again, even though Kansas City lost on the road last week, but still.
This is a weird game because you really don't know which team on either side is going to show up.
Nope. We know. But
Chargers, if they play good defense, they will beat the Chiefs.
Well, we know Patrick Mahomes is going to show up, and that's like the only guarantee that you have at this point. So, I mean,
And Joey Bosa is going to show up, so Patrick Mahomes might not have a knee after this game.
Well, he's just better get that ball out.
Speaking of the cartel mafia ties.
Oh, but did you see that jumping sidearm pass that Mahomes did last week, though?
That jumping sidearm 60-yard bomb? Yes, I did. I am going with the Chiefs here because I just flat out do not trust the Chargers.
No, and the Chargers might get drugged to the streets of Mexico. They keep this shit up, so it's all bad.
Nobody's watching them in Los Angeles, so it doesn't really matter.
No, we have more viewers on the Ovatyme Sports Show than the Los Angeles Chargers have actual fans. Oh, damn. Oh, did I say something wrong? Oh. I had more live viewers at the beginning of this video than the Los Angeles Chargers have fans.
It's true.
Nobody
gives a shit about the Chargers.
Not even the Chargers, because goddamn, when they finally won, they were just like, when they went, you know what happened when they went 12-4 last year? Oh, hold on, wait. Let me get back. You can hear me?
I can hear. Yeah, I'll join you. We ain't got no cameras.
Hold on, wait. They fucked up my camera. Hold on. Give my camera back. So, all right, we back. All right. So this is what happened when they went 12-4 last year. You ready? Melvin Gordon ran for 1,200 yards. And that's it.
Philip Rivers had three more. And Philip Rivers had 3 more kids in the offseason.
Fucking Chargers. It seems like no matter where they go, they won't get any fans. That's just the sad part. The only place I think
the fan base stopped liking them when Damian Tomlinson wouldn't take his helmet off because he was crying because they lost to the Patriots.
If they like that team so much, why didn't they build a new stadium for them? Huh? If San Diego really I love the San Diego Chargers. Jack Murphy Stadium is the most outdated stadium in the NFL by leaps and bounds. Hell, they even upgraded the Oakland Raiders stadium before they upgraded San Diego. They still call the damn place Jack Murphy, not even Qualcomm anymore. Qualcomm didn't want nothing to do with that shit anymore. Back to Jack Murphy. I don't even know who the fuck Jack Murphy is. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. Who the fuck is Jack Murphy? Exactly. I'm going to put my name on the stadium. Nobody likes it fucking anyway.
No.
Hollywood.
Sinful Black Stadium.
Imagine if we had enough money to sponsor a stadium. Who the fuck is Sinful Black?
Don't worry about it.
We're obviously they like us more than Jack Murphy because nobody talks about that motherfucker, okay?
Obviously they like us more than the Chargers. How Facebook likes us more than the Chargers. They tried to ban you from making a joke about yourself.
I know. I fought for that one, got my shit back. I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? Fuck this. I was laughing
so fucking hard. Dude, I was laughing so fucking hard when Lil text me that shit.
I was so pissed off. I'm like, really? Really?
Did Lil tell you what Toby's idea was?
What?
Dude, listen to this shit. So, me and Toby were talking about you getting banned for joking about yourself.
Yes.
And I was like, yeah, Facebook hates us. He goes, yeah. He said, Toby has an idea for us. He's like, see, y'all need to act like y'all transgender, gay, lesbian, vegan couple trying to stop climate change and Trump. If you did that, y'all would be #1 in a week.
Right. Hashtags all day long. Fucking
I said, you know what? It's fucked up, but he's probably right.
Oh, jeez. All right, so speaking of fuckery, let's go into the 5 and 5. So you know how we do this. I got 5 questions for you. 5 minutes or less. I'm going to ask you your opinion on 5 things that are going down this Sunday. So, first things first. What team in the NFL now, right now, needs to win more than anybody else?
The New England Patriots.
Why?
Because they need to prove that they just don't feast on weak teams.
That's true. I can live with that. What would you be more shocked by? Would you be more shocked if the Patriots lost or if the Cincinnati Bengals won?
I'd be more shocked if the Bengals won. The Eagles are a very tough team to play, and it's in Philadelphia. And the Bengals have no redeeming qualities at all. Running back hits females, and he's still in the NFL.
True. Which player has the most to prove in their game? Is it Lamar Jackson or is it Deshaun Watson?
I think it's Deshaun Watson. I think Lamar Jackson solidified himself 2 weeks ago when he did what he did to the New England Patriots and followed it up with an even better performance against a very bad Cincinnati team.
True. Okay. Who is your MVP so far this season?
It is still Russell Wilson. I know Lamar Jackson is up there. Deshaun Watson is up there, but it is still Russell Wilson. He has been playing his best football of his career, and that's something to say.
Okay. All right. And the last thing, and I really got to find this one out. Who has been more disappointing this season? Ezekiel Elliott or Mitchell Trubisky?
They are equally disappointing. Last week, when the Minnesota Vikings were fucking up the Dallas Cowboys, Ezekiel Elliott looked like a creative player waiting for you to pick his number. Mitchell Trubisky showed flashes last year like, hey, guys, I'm a good quarterback. This year he's showing, hey, guys, I'm Miami Leaf.
He said, shit. Oh, he said, I'm Brian fucking Leaf. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So thank you for your 5 and 5, sir.
I know that's becoming your favorite segment to ask me those questions now.
Yes, it is. I fucking love it. It makes me feel like a natural man when I ask you those questions. Makes me feel happy that I get your reactions. It's wonderful. So that is the end of the show. Is there anything you like to say, sir, before we bounce up out of here?
Nope.
No, just that I there's two things I like to say. One, you should never hit anybody else with a helmet. You could cave their head in. It's probably the
He was just trying to help him put it back on. Give him a break.
And two, you probably shouldn't make guarantees that you're going to beat certain teams, especially when those teams are leaps and bounds better than you.
I have something to say.
Yes.
If you're a 195-pound white quarterback, I would not try to yank at a helmet of a 325-pound solid shipwreck.
It's not going to work out well. Either of those situations, guaranteeing victory against the Super Bowl champion or try to piss off a 320-pound lineman are not going to work out the way that you want them to. So with that said, this is the Ovatyme Sports Show. That is my man Big Sin over there. I'm your boy Hollywood J. Black, and we are out this bitch. See you Wednesday. Deuces.